What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video I have an exciting video for you guys. It was a request and somebody asked me to swatch out all of my blushes and all of my highlighters after seeing my collection video that I did early this year when I was on my Alaska trip. So for today I'm going to be swatching only my blushes. I thought it was smart to break them apart because it would just be a really long video, and I didn't want to do that to you guys, even though that's what I did to you guys in the collection video. But we're not gonna dwell on that. So if you guys are interested in seeing the swatches of all of my blushes in my collection, just keep watching. Just to let you guys know, disclaimers right now, I am not decluttering any blushes at all. And if you're interested in this eye look, I did not record it, my bad, but I can tell you what I used. On my lips I have my ABH Bittersweet liquid lipstick, yes, I found it, and my Lorac lip gloss. That's both in my Project Pans. The lip gloss is in Goddess. And then I used two Project Pan eyeshadow palettes. Focus, thank you. On this side I used, in my crease, I used my Modern Renaissance, and on this side I used my Lorac Pro 2. And then I also used a bunch of shadows from my Natasha Denona blue purple palette. I don't know if my first impressions will be up with this baby, but I have done it, and if it is, I will of course link it up in the cards. But yeah, I just wanted to get some more experience with this palette, so I used a bunch of more shades. I'm getting towards knowing my thoughts, but I still want to work with it a couple more times. On my cheeks I actually used my Bite Rhubarb lipstick. So that's that. Everything else is Project Pan normal. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing the blushes in my collection, let's get to it. Alrighty guys, so for today, somebody asked me on, oops, my bizzles, somebody asked me on my collection video that I posted very early this year if I could do swatches of all my blushes and my highlighters. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. I am going to break these up into two different videos because I'm not stupid. I know I have a big collection in both sections, and my arm is just not ready. So I'm hoping that this is a good enough quote-unquote backdrop. Yes, this is my bed. Why am I using it? Because this is the only type of backdrop that I can use other than my actual makeup collection, and I tried that before and it did not come out well. Everything just looked the same color. So here is my arm, and I'm just gonna open up each compact, kind of give you guys a quick blurb about them, and then we are gonna swatch them on my arm together. I have been doing an organization video with me. I don't know if it's going to be up yet, but you guys will understand why these are now separated once you watch that video. If you haven't and I've already uploaded it, I will link it up in the card, which is this one right there. But every eyeshadow I keep them collected based on brand, so all the brands will be together, which makes it easier for this swatch video as well as just like me in general. I think I've blabbered on enough. Let's get to it. So the first thing right here is my Kevyn Aucoin blushes. This is one I thought I was really balling, and like life just did not stop me at all. And this is my Kevyn Aucoin Neo blush in a Rose Cliff. It's one of the three-toned. Let me lower my brightness because this is kind of washing it out. Okay, now you guys can see a shadow. Good Lord. I think that's as true as it's gonna get. Sorry about the shadow. You know, I'm not professional, so this is how it's gonna be. Okay, so this is my Neo blush, and what did I say? Rose Cliff. I generally stay towards this end and then slightly put a little bit from that end, so that's how I'm gonna swatch it. And that's what the blush looks like. You guys cannot tell what that color is. This is tragic. Ugh. Let me see. Okay, right there you guys can see the shade. So it's like a light pink, and you guys can see it. Sorry, I guess it's gonna wash out one thing or another, and I guess you guys would prefer the swatches better. Next I have the Fira blush, which is in Mango. This once again is from Kevyn Aucoin. It is deeper than what it is appearing on the screen, but like I said, it's gonna wash out one or the other. This is definitely a scratchier formula. I got this from, I want to say, Nordstrom Rack or Holt Look, so I think it's scratchy and it didn't pass like quality control, which is why they sold it on Nordstrom Rack. But I love the color. It's pigmented, it's blendable to me. It's just a little scratchy, so no fuss no muss for me. Also, one thing I didn't say is that the Neo blush is like a satin, and this is definitely a matte. And then the other color I have in that same matte formula is Miracle, and it's a hot pink. So you guys will see that I do very extreme colored blushes just because of my complexion. I like to make sure that the blush is going to actually work on my skin tone, and using extreme blushes is a way to do that. So those are my 3 Kevyn Aucoin blushes. I love them all equally, as do I love all of these. I will not be decluttering. I've already decluttered, so there's no reason for me to really declutter. These are blush quads that, or trios, that if I ever do narrow down my blush collection anymore. Sorry, I had to send a text and I don't remember what I was saying. But anyways, if I were to declutter anything, from my blush collection, it would honestly be these 2 ABH trios. I don't honestly know why I purchased them. I think I was just really excited for the find at TJ Maxx, and so I did. All of these colors are darker than they appear on screen. Once again, the color, the light is washing them out, but it is 3 very pretty colors. Not colors that I don't have in my collection. This is like a nudie pink, this is like a Barbie pink, and this is like a mauvey pink. So 3 very pretty colors, and this is the Pink Passions trio, and then this is the Pool Party trio, which has interesting shades. It has like a dark brown, which is like a nude to me. Then we have a pink with some glitter, and then last we have is like a really light peachy pink color. So I'm actually really happy that I'm doing these swatches because I have been reaching for nude blushes a lot. You will see the nude blush that I've been reaching for predominantly soon, probably towards the end of the video. So I might actually start to focus in on these nuder blushes in these trios to get some use out of them, because otherwise I genuinely don't see myself reaching for these trios, even though I've kept them through a declutter. Anytime now. Okay, next I have one of my only cool tone blushes. I do have some others, but this is a really cool tone blush. It's from Flower Beauty, and it's in the shade Wild Rose. I purchased this because a lot of people praise this formula, and once again, it is darker. I'm just gonna stop saying that, but just to assume all of these shades are darker than what they appear. This Flower Beauty blush is really pigmented, really beautiful, nice matte formula. It is like I said, a cool toned pink, and now that I'm looking at it, it appears I do have more cool tone pinks than I thought I did. On my hand in real life, these 2 are a lot warmer. These other ones are cool tones. So once again, I'm glad I'm doing this swatch party because I'm getting to see a little bit more what I actually have in my collection, and those ABH trios will be pulled out. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and pull them out right now, put them in my setup so that I can start using them more. Next is my one and only ColourPop blush, and this one is Drop of a Hat. This is a shimmery formula, but it's like a shimmery red. I love this blush. I actually put this on today, and it is absolutely beautiful. I love a shimmery radiant satin blush I found, and this is a really pretty one. I don't have problems picking this up on a brush. I do tend to use natural hair brushes just on a regular basis. It's become my everyday normal, but this is a really pretty like red goldy blush. So I really love this one, and I would highly recommend their blushes. I know a lot of people don't because they say it's hard to pick up, but if you have like maybe 1 or 2 natural hair brushes, I would say go for that. If you are cruelty free, I don't really have honestly a synthetic brush that I think is awesome, or I do. Honestly, I think it works with other brushes because I have used synthetic brushes with that. So yeah, okay. Next is another pretty vibrant color. This is a NYX blush in Electro. I really love this formula. This is so pigmented and just very bright. So you can see that one right there, and it does compare to my Kevyn Aucoin blush. So if I was one of those people who was trying to minimize a little bit more, I could honestly get rid of one of them, but that's not how I live my life. So we're gonna keep it. Next is another bougie blush. Like I said, I was trying to really live my life last year, like without regrets. This is a Chantecaille blush in Laughter. This was a limited edition blush because of the pressing in the pan, not the shade. And I really enjoy this blush. This is like I would say more of a satin, not a shimmer blush, but it's a really nice, pretty cool toned pink. I really enjoy this formula. For it to be so expensive, I was annoyed at how small it is, but I really do enjoy it, and it does have a place in my collection because I don't have many satin blushes, if any, and this one really does stand out to me. Next is, once again, Living My Best Life. It's an Hourglass blush in Radiant Magenta. I got this in one of my trips with my friend Katie, and this was a blush that, like, I was on a blush kick at this point, and I swatched it in store and loved it. And I think in store it was a little bit more worn down. In the version that I have, it has a lot more of the lighter pink, so in swatching it looks really ashy, but when I put it on my cheeks, it really does look nice. So I do enjoy these blushes. I think a lot of Hourglass products, you have to put them on your face to really get the full impact. Otherwise, it's just gonna look ashy potentially. Next is a blush that I have been oohing and awing over for a while before I purchased this. This is the Too Faced Love Flush Blush, and I Will Always Love You. It's a really nice orange. I thought it was going to be deeper. I had only seen it online, and when I got it, I was still, you know, I really want to see if I like this blush. I do have darker blushes in my collection when it comes to orange, but I really do enjoy it. It is a matte formula. Focus, there we go. It is a matte formula, but I do enjoy it, and like I said, it does look ashy on my swatch and even on this camera, but it is a really nice blush. I really do enjoy it. Okay, last 2 blushes in this row are from the same collection in NYX's line. It's called the Paradise Fluff collection. The lighter one is in Head in the Clouds, and the darker one is in Sweet Custard. I really enjoy this formula because it gives off like a radiance to it. When I use this blush, or it's really a highlighter, but I use it as a blush, and I mix between these two to get like a beautiful like lavender magenta shade. It's really pretty, and it's not enough for me to be a highlighter, but it is a very beautiful radiant blush. So I really enjoy that one, and then that's why I purchased this darker one for the same thing, and I actually use all 3 shades for this dark one. And it gives off a little bit more radiance because I think this one is more geared towards my skin tone, but I still enjoy using it as a blush. So these are 2 more radiant blushes. You will find, or you will see, that I really enjoy radiant blushes. They really are the weakness for me. Even with my current no buy, it's been radiant blushes that have really made me want to purchase a blush. So yeah, let's go on. Why is this whole thing like breaking down? Okay, the next two blushes that I have are from Laura Geller. I definitely got these from TJ Maxx online. No, I think I waited till they came on Haute Look. So this one, the lighter one, is in papaya, and the other one is in plumberry. These are very, very nice blushes. Now you have to make sure to find the right brush to actually pick these up. These are kind of like the ColourPop. They are a baked gelée formula. So once you find a brush to pick these up, you really get the intensity and the beautifulness of them, but they are both very beautiful satin blushes. They really bring some life to your cheeks if you don't have any real radiance to them. So I really do enjoy these. I'm just going to add them here so this row can get its life together. Okay, next is another radiant blush. It's from Becca. It's in Snapdragon. This was my first red radiant blush. I got this before the ColourPop one, and to be quite honest, I prefer the ColourPop one. That one is a lot more radiant and a lot more pigmented. This one you definitely have to build up a lot more, and it's not as deep. So this is the Becca one and this is the ColourPop one. So if you're not a huge, like, I don't want too much radiance, I just want a nice little glow, then I would recommend this Becca Luminous line. But if you want like a really nice radiant, really glowy, then I would recommend these ColourPop duos. Just gonna add it to this row to really get that row to stick. Okay, good. Next is another radiant blush. Like I said, I really have found my niche in these, and this is the Too Faced Cherry Bomb Blush Duo. This was from the Tutti Frutti collection. I prefer using this mixed together because the red is more of a matte, and then this is more of like a highlighter blushy type topper type situation. So mixing them together, you really get a nice glow. Once again, it's comparable to my ColourPop Drop of a Hat, but it's definitely, it is nothing on that one. That one definitely, I love it a lot more, and I actually reach for that one a lot more than I do the other two blushes that I've compared it to. Now I'm just going to turn over my arm just so that you guys can keep getting swatches. This is my only Juvia's Place single blush, and this one is in Bella. It's like a tomato orange situation. It's a very, very pigmented matte blush. I really do enjoy the Juvia's Place face palette formula. I do have one of their face palettes. I would get the second one, but it's honestly not geared towards me, and yeah, so there's no reason for me to purchase it. But I really do enjoy their formula, and I will continue to get their face palettes if they make out any more. Next is one of my biggest collections when it comes to blush, and it's NARS. I really enjoy these NARS limited edition blush singles. I really wish that some of their limited edition blush palettes worked more for my complexion. They don't, but I will enjoy these because I have them. So this is the NARS Christopher Kane collection, and it's a nice, beautiful baby pink blush shade. I do have baby pink blush shades. We've seen them. I'll just kind of swatch over so you see all of these baby pinks. I do have them, but NARS has a very unique and pigmented formula, so I will never get rid of my NARS blushes. This one is in, oh, what is it in? Taj Mahal, that's what it is. This was my very first NARS blush. I loved this blush. Once again, I loved it because it was nice and luminous. You can see how luminous it is. I love this blush. Will never get rid of it. I think it's my only orangey luminous blush, because my other ones that I've talked about are definitely more red toned. This one is definitely more orangey toned. Next, we have the NARS blush in SM. This is another limited edition blush, and this one is a more kind of a more true red tone, but it also has like a strawberry pink to it. I think this would be more of a strawberry pink overall. It's a really beautiful color, unique to my collection. If anything, it's like the plumberry color, but it's not, I lied. It's definitely a lot more strawberry pink, and it's very unique. Next, I have another limited edition blush, and this is Loves Me. This was in the Erdem collection. This is a shimmery red. Once again, I know I have a lot of these, but I really like out there blushes and I love shimmery. This is another one. It's a lot less shimmery. It's more of a satin than a shimmer, but I do enjoy it. Ooh, not today. I do enjoy it and I will of course keep it. Last but not least, for my NARS collection, it's Boys Don't Cry, and this is a limited edition, as you will see, and it's like a strawberry pink red base with overspray of gold glitter. I really wish that the gold glitter was not an overspray. That would have made this blush even more pretty in my eyes. Otherwise, the base color is pretty similar to the last two. It just has a little bit more orange than these two. This one's a lot more pink, this one's a lot more red, and this one's more orange. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it on screen, but yeah. Okay, so we're doing pretty good. Let me put these back. All right, next is the Lone Ranger, and this is my only Laura Mercier blush. I got this when I was trying to get some mauve blushes. You will see that I purchased a lot of mauve blushes to try and get that color on my cheeks, and this is Kirk Royal. I was dying for a mauve blush because I wear a lot of purple and I thought it would just work. This is an okay blush. I do like it. I don't think it necessarily looks mauve on my cheeks, but I do like the formula and I do like the blush, so I kept it. Next is another mauve-ish blush, and this one is in the shade Spiced Plum. This is a L'Oreal True Match blush, and in my opinion, it may look mauvey in the pan, but it's really just a very light pink, and it's not a light mauve like I thought. What in the dickens? Focus. What is going on? Focus. Okay, there we go. So it's really not a light mauve like I thought it was. It really is just a light pink. So it is what it is, but I like the formula, which is why it's still here. Another blush which I had to test out to see if I wanted to keep is a Sephora brand collection in Fascinated. Wow. This is a very ashy appearing blush when you swatch it on my complexion. It is a lighter orange. The one good thing is it is satin, so I really do enjoy that, as you guys will have known by any other blush that I've talked about. But when I put it on my cheeks, you do get a real orange sense to it, so I do enjoy this blush. And there aren't many other light oranges in here, so in the event that I overdo on my like darker oranges, that's why I will reach out for that one in addition to just using it by itself. Then I have my one and only Charlotte Tilbury blush, and this one is the Cheek to Chic in Love is a Drug. This is their darkest blush, I want to say. Not darkest, their more vibrant blush, and this is a very pretty blush. It is what people call the boob blush. You know, we're just gonna not go there. When you blur them together, you really get a nice dark-ish blush. It appears on my skin. Like I said, I was in like a super blush phase last year, so I would just grab any and all blushes that I thought worked on my skin tone. I really do enjoy this blush. It's like the in-between between a mauve and a pink, so it really works out. I don't think I need any more mauvey pinks in my lifetime, but I do enjoy that color. Okay, next is another satiny type shade. This is the L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted blush, and this one is in Fantastical. This is another light orangey, more peachy blush. I really enjoy this one, as I do all of my satin to shimmer blushes. Very beautiful blush. And yeah, I do recommend this collection. It does have a scent to it, so if you're not a fan of scents, do be aware of that. Oh, there's two L'Oreals. I should have put those together. But yeah, do keep that in mind. This is another Too Faced. I'm messing up. This is the Papa Don't Peach blush. This thing right here is light. Okay, I don't know why I've seen people of color talk about this blush being amazing on their skin. This is light. Okay, you have to build to get anything, and it's really just gonna be like a sheer orange on anybody my complexion. It does work. The camera once again is washing it out, but it is darker than that. It's kind of more on the sense of what this is looking like on the screen. So yeah, but I do keep it and I do wear it occasionally, but not as much as I thought I was based on like all the hype that I heard about that blush. Next is another mauve blush attempt, and this is the Laura Geller, I mean not Laura Geller, the Lorac blush in Aurora, or what am I saying, Aura? This is a matte blush, and I was told that it was a mauve. I purchased this off of Poshmark from a third-party retailer, and it's not a mauve. It's definitely a pink. So I decided to keep it and not resell it again, just because I decided to keep this Lorac blush just because I hate reselling things that I purchase off of Poshmark. I really do. If I can avoid it, I do at all costs. And I can use this blush. I just learned my lesson to not order blushes off of Haute Look. Next, I have two ColourPop pressed blushes, which I guess could have been with that shimmery blush. I need to really get my life together. So this one right here is in Main Chick, and then the other one is in Tulip to Quit. So this one, Main Chick, is a really bright, well not bright, but it's a decently bright, I would say peachy orange. And it is a matte shade. These pressed powders are mattes, and it is nicely pigmented. Beautiful formula. I really do enjoy it. And the nude shadow that I've been reaching for a lot, as you can see I did hit pan, is Tulip to Quit. I'm really happy with this pan. I had been aiming to hit pan in the little dot because I knew that was like the base of the blush. I might actually try and continue to use this until I get that. But I've really enjoyed this blush, and it pretty much is a nude. It barely, I wouldn't say it barely shows up, but it shows up a lot better when I'm videotaping, when I'm recording for YouTube. When I'm just like in the everyday life, it definitely does not appear on my skin, in my opinion, but I still enjoy it and I still wear it. We're pretty much at the end of my arm, but we gonna keep going. We don't have very many left. So this is my one and only MAC Extra Dimension blush, and I want more. This one is in Rosy Cheeks. This is beautiful formula. I mean beautiful. You see how pigmented and just nice and shimmery that is? I love this formula to death. There are about 2 to 3 other shades that I want, and MAC is currently having a sale. So if I break my blush no buy, it will be for a good reason. And I didn't end up purchasing those indie brand blushes because the shipping and the price overall was just too much for me to handle. Next is Take Me Home. This is a blush duo from one of the Patrick Star collabs, and I swipe in between the two, and then that's what I put on my cheeks. It is pretty much a mauve, and it does work on my complexion. So I do enjoy having this in my collection. Next is another bougie brand. I decided to get a Dior blush. This was yet again an attempt to get a mauve toned blush. I think I did a pretty good job. I think definitely the Patrick Star collab is the most mauve blush that I have in my collection. This one definitely pulls a lot more pink on me, but in the pan it does look mauve. So maybe it's just because I'm really that cool toned or something. I don't know. Okay. We're almost done, so I'm not going to even bother. We're just going to keep going. Okay, next I have my e.l.f. blush in Always Fiery. This is the blush that Andrea Renee is always raving about. And so I went ahead and got it. And this is like a orangey toned red. Very, very similar to my Kevyn Aucoin blush. And even this blush, I couldn't tell you what it is at this point. I think this is actually my Juvia's Place blush. It is. So it's very compatible to that. So if you like that Juvia's Place blush, or you wanted to get it but you didn't want to pay for it, I would say look into that one. It's a pretty cheap blush. Next is one of my darkest blushes that I have, and this is Bare Minerals Gin Nude and But First Coffee. I thought I could pull this off being a bronzer. I thought this was going to be just a really dark chocolate shade. I did not know it was going to have as much of a purple undertone as it does. So I was not able to use it as a bronzer. I don't think you guys can see what it looks like, but it is a very dark purple. So I wasn't able to use it as a bronzer. Next is the Certified blush. I really like this blush. I like the formula. I like the pigmentation. It is in O2. And this is like a mauve-ish blush. On my skin, once again, it appears to be like a pink. You guys can see it. It's right there on my thumb. But I do enjoy the blush. And if they had more colors, and if well, they do have more colors. I think they have 4, but if I wasn't necessarily on a no buy, I might have actually purchased some more of those colors. Okay, 2 more blushes left. They're both from the same brand. They're from LA Girl. This brand is very, very good. Very cheap brushes, wow, very cheap blushes with great pigmentation, great blendability. And they have a really nice range. They have nudie blushes, they have shimmery blushes, they have satin blushes. Really nice formula right here. The purple one is in Just Dance and the red one is in Just Fearless. So really, really nice. That's rivaling this shade right here, which is the Plum Berry from Laura Geller. The only difference is these two are mattes and these are more satins. But yeah, this is my blush collection. Yes, I have some that are overlapping. Do I need all of these? No. Do I have dupes? Yes. But will I keep them all? Yes. I love all of these formulas. I wear them all for different reasons. And yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Look forward to get the blush off my sheets. Look forward to my highlighter swatch fest. It will be coming up soon if it's not already up. And yeah, y'all, it has been real. Bye bye.